Hi everybody. In this video we are going to study about lung volumes and lung capacities. Lung volumes are basically of two types, static and dynamic. Static lung volumes are those which are not affected by the rate of the airflow. Whether the patient blows air fast or slow, it doesn't get affected. On the other hand, dynamic lung volumes are those which are affected by the rate of the airflow. Lung capacities are the addition of two or more lung volumes. In this video, we study mainly basically about static lung volumes and lung capacities. Okay. First, coming to the static lung volumes. Static lung volumes are four in number: tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume, and residual volume. We'll go one by one. First is the tidal volume. You all are familiar with this graph. Okay. First, tidal volume. Tidal volume, it is the volume of the air which is inspired or expired during quiet breathing. When like normal breathing which you and me are doing now, whatever the air we either inspire or expire is tidal volume. During quiet breathing, it's about 500 ml in both male and female. Next is inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume, you know the word reserve. Reserve means which is not used routinely. Like in bike we have something called reserve fuel, which is used only when the normal allocated fuel is over. So it is the same. It is used only in certain conditions, like during the strenuous exercise, like jogging, walking, treadmill. Only those conditions this is used. Okay. So what is inspiratory reserve volume? It is the volume of the air, maximum volume of the air which can be inspired from resting and inspiratory level. See, once you breathe the tidal volume, again the maximum volume of the air above that which can be inspired is inspiratory reserve volume. So it is the maximum volume of the air which can be inspired from the resting and inspiratory level. After a normal inspiration, what are the air which you can inspire is your inspiratory reserve volume. It is about 3 liters in male and 0.9 liters in female. Okay. Next volume is expiratory reserve volume. The word same, reserve, which is not used routinely, used only in certain conditions. Okay. You can see here in the yellow thing, expiratory reserve volume. It is a maximum volume of the air which can be expired from the resting and expiration. See, after normal tidal expiration, the air, you blow the normal air out during quiet breathing. Above that, again amount of air which you can exhale is your expiratory reserve volume. It is about 1.1 liters in male and 0.7 liters in female. Okay. Next, coming to the last volume, that is residual volume. You can see here, this is the residual volume. It is the volume of the air which is left in lung after a maximal expiratory effort. See, after blowing out the air maximally, that is after your ERV, whatever the air is remaining in the lungs is your residual volume. It's about 1.2 liters in male and 1.1 liters in female. Okay, these are four volumes: tidal volume, normal volume of the air which we either inspire or expire during quiet breathing. When we inhale maximally above the tidal volume, it's inspiratory reserve volume. When you exhale maximally after your normal tidal volume is your expiratory reserve volume. After exhaling maximally, whatever the air is remaining in the lungs is residual volume. This volume of air cannot be brought out because it helps to maintain the patency of the lungs. Okay. Otherwise the lung will collapse. Next, coming to the capacities. Capacities are basically four: inspiratory capacity, functional residual capacity, vital capacity, and total lung capacity. So first, coming to the inspiratory capacity. You can see here, as I already told, capacities are addition of two or more lung volumes. So inspiratory capacity, it is the maximum volume of the air which can be expired from the resting and expiration level. See, when you breathe out the normal tidal volume, from here, which maximum amount of air which you can inhale is your inspiratory capacity. It's an addition of your inspiratory reserve volume and your tidal volume. Okay. This is your inspiratory capacity. Next is your functional residual capacity. It is a volume of the air which remains in the lung after a normal tidal expiration. See, when you normally breathe out the air during quiet breathing, then whatever the air is remaining in lungs is your functional residual capacity. So it's an addition of expiratory reserve volume and residual volume. Coming to the third, that is VC, it is vital capacity. So you can see a big large line here. It is the volume of the air which can be expired after a maximal inspiratory effort. So after taking maximal inspiratory effort, what is the volume of the air that can be expired is your vital capacity. So it is an addition of inspiratory reserve volume, your tidal volume and expiratory reserve volume. This is your vital capacity. Okay, now coming to the last lung capacity, that is the total lung capacity. The word total means everything. Total means the whole thing is your total lung capacity. It is the volume of the air which is present in the lungs after a maximal inspiratory effort. When you breathe maximally, your lung volume will reach here. From here to here, everything which is there is your total lung capacity. It's an addition of inspiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, expiratory reserve volume and residual volume. Okay, this is total lung capacity, everything. Out of all these capacities and volumes, everything can be measured by spirometry except three. That is your residual volume, functional residual capacity and your total lung capacity. Except these three, everything can be measured by routine spirometry. These three can be measured by using helium dilution method, nitrogen washout method or body plethysmography method, which I explained in my previous video. Thank you.